What's good, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to create shoes in ZBrush. I'm going to be showing you my process for creating a eye poly sculpt of a shoe, and we're going to be creating it on this character right here. And I've already got the dress of the character done, so it gives me a better reference of how the shoe is going to look. Right now I'm creating male shoes for the character. There's a bonus after this one. I'm going to be creating a female shoe also out of this one, because the character is actually a female character. So this is a male shoe. Right now you can see me just trying to get the base of the shoe down. I'm just moving things around. I'm going into Z modular, and I'm switching between Z modular and my move to back and forth. So I'm just moving things around, trying to like get things in place for me to not have to worry a lot about how the shoe is going to look in the when I'm done with it. So right now I'm just trying to like split the mesh into two, just to like get the style I want. I'm just trying to get the style I want. You can see I already flattened out the bottom part. Right now I'm just creating a base for the shoelace too, and I'm just trying to like put things in place. So when I start actually creating the details for the shoe, I won't really have much issues about it. So all you just need to do is just move things around in place. Just move. ZBrush is mostly about moving things around in place. Just it's like traditional sculpting. You need to like carve things in place. Just carve them around, add more, move things around, just to like get them in the shape or form you want it to be. So that's exactly what I'm doing right here. And in a few minutes right now, I'm just gonna like extrude the shoe. I'm going to give it thickness, but I need to get the base properly. I need to get the base down properly before I extrude anything, because getting the base is very crucial. Most times I usually spend I'd prefer spending hours on the base, because I know when I get to the details I can go faster or slower. It depends on how I want it to be, how much details I want to add, but the base is really important. And you can see me you can see that I just dealt with the shoe soles there. That's not really much of an issue. That's just like a little extrusion just to give the shoe some details. Like that's the detail I was trying to go for. It's a male shoe, so it's going to look like a bit masculine and all that. So yeah, and on your shoes, don't forget to add the holes where the laces are going to be. Shoe needs laces, unless you're making one that doesn't need laces. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to add laces. So yeah, that's it. Right now I'm just looking at it again. I'm just looking at the outfit I've got. I'm just comparing it with the shoe to see if it fits properly, if it goes well with it, and if it works well. So I don't want something to be I don't really want anything to be out of place. Even if anything is out of place, you need to like minimize it. You really need to minimize it. You need to like move things together. You can't just move one thing. You can see that I didn't just move the shoe. I was trying to move the trousers too. I was trying to like get it in place properly, so it fits well with the character. Right now I'm just getting inside the shoe and just like adjusting things all around. And if you're going for something a bit more realistic, you need to like know where there's when you need to push a few things in and when you need to push a few things out. If it's stylized, of course you can like style it however you want. You can like go for any style you want, but if it's realistic, you need to like go for something that seems a bit more realistic. It's already in the name, something that looks more realistic. Like the folds and everything need to look like this thing is a photo that was captured in real life. So that's what you're seeing me doing right now. I'm just adding some minor folds, like where I think the toes and the leg might be and the toes and the feet might be like making it compress. And right now I'm just trying to add the stitches in. I'm trying to add the stitches in. Yeah, but I'm going to change this one. I'm going to change the stitches because I really didn't like how it looked. It made it look too simple. It made it look too generic, if I would say. So it didn't really give the shoe the look and feel I wanted. So I'm going to change it later on. As you can see, there it is. That's me changing the stitches to another one. And most times when I'm doing stitches, I like to turn on the poly groups and just follow the lines, follow the edges. It gives me better lines when I'm following the edges. I'm just trying to like bring out a little bit of detail on the shoe sole, on the sole of the shoe sole. Now you need to bring the shoe up, like you need to bring the front of the shoe up. It's when you're walking, you're not like, your legs are not like absolutely flat on the ground. So if you look at most shoes, the front, even loafers, the front of the shoe is usually like pointed up a little bit. I didn't really exaggerate it on this male shoe, but I'm going to exaggerate it more on the female shoes. And right now I'm just adding the eyelets for the shoes. Those are the rings where the shoelaces are going to go into. You just need to rotate things around and then move the shoe itself in place, like to just fill up the holes. It's nothing complicated. It's just you need to like be technical about it a little bit sometimes. Sculpting is nothing complicated at all. It just requires a little bit of technicality sometimes. So right now I'm done with those. I'm just trying to clean them up a little bit more, just to clean up the sharp lines that were there. So I think right now I'm about to move to the laces. Now I'm just gonna like do the laces, but I need an object to do the laces. I need something to like, you know, I'm going to be using a curve brush, so I need a mesh, just a simple object to draw out the laces. So that's what you see me doing here. This is just me creating an insert mesh brush you need to like split it into three different polygroups. So if you don't split it into three different polygroups, it won't connect at the end. I told it to merge the polygroups when I connect them. Like if you don't merge the polygroups, you're going to see like little boxes when you're drawing out the laces. And then I just turn on the curve and brought the laces out. Easy peasy. Right now I'm just adjusting the laces to fit the shoe, and I'm just placing them on one another, trying to like imagine how laces will look like in real life. You see, they're going in and then coming out, going in from the top, coming out from the bottom, going in from the bottom, coming out from the top. So you work your way around. You work your way around and around like that for laces. So I'm just adjusting the laces, trying to make them not look too thin and not too fat or wide. So I hid the mesh there so I could adjust those ones. So I'm sculpting in between the laces to make it look like someone actually tied the laces. So instead of tying the laces together to make it look like to tie it into a bow or to tie it into a knot, I'd rather just add this little thing I've got. It's like a little sculpt, and then I'll add just this little bow there to make it seem like, okay, the laces are tied, they're not just loose. It's just a simple illusion. And now I'm connecting it. Sculpting around the laces to make them look a bit more realistic. You know, if I just made the laces like that and I then add folds to them, they will look a bit flat. Even stylized objects, stylized laces, you need to like sculpt around them a little bit, just minor things, not so much to make it look too rough, but just subtle enough to make it look like, okay, these things are actually folding into one another, they are tied together, you know, they look like laces. And yeah, just like that, you'll have good looking laces and Now I'm just adding that little thing at the tip of the laces. And just like that, you have a casual male shoe. Simple as that. I'm doing the folds there too, to make it just look a bit more realistic. So, moving on to the female shoes, I'm going to be using the base from the male shoes, and yeah, try to get the female shoes working. So you can see I deleted the detail I added for the male shoes for the sole. So right now I'm just moving the sole up, moving it higher to, make the shoe look a bit more casual for the female. And you'll see it's a little bit different design, a little bit of a different concept, but they're actually not that far off. Right now I'm adding the details. I'm adding a lot. I'm going to be adding a lot of folds on this one because it's a more softer shoe than the first one. The first one looks more rigid. This one is going to look more subtle. And you see that I just keep repeating the same steps. I'll go from the standard brush to the move brush to the Z mod. I mainly use the Z modular brush to add the base for the base before I start adding the details. And right now I'm just adding some stitching to the side of the sole. Still a bit similar design, but I promise you it's going to be different, and the concepts are different. As you can see, it's already starting to look really different. Like, it really looks different from the male shoes. The stitches, the folds, the way the shape of the mesh and everything makes it look different. It doesn't make it look like, okay, we use the same base model for two different shoes. That's just me moving it around, just moving things around a little bit to accentuate the differences a little more. To accentuate the differences a little bit more. I need to check that in the dictionary later. just adding some details there to show that there's some joint stitching going on there. Right now I'm adding the laces. You can see I'm adding the laces in a different way this time. On the male shoes, I added the laces by dragging the mesh all the way through. I made it just one mesh, but right now I'm just adding different stripes, and I'm going to be creating the illusion of them connecting together. I think this way is a little bit more better. It's easier to manage, it's easier to control. The only downside to this method is that you're going to be controlling a lot of different meshes. You're going to have to be switching between different meshes. That's why you can see that I separated everything by poly groups, so I can easily just select and deselect any one of them. I can hide and unhide any one of them. But it's definitely easier to control like this. You'll see that I'm intentionally not skipping around. I'm intentionally not skipping to the end for the laces. I'm trying to let you look at the whole process of the laces, and you see that it takes some time to just move things around. I'm repeating the same process, but I'm just trying to like move things around and get them working together. I'm trying not to break the illusion that they are connected together. So I want you guys to see the whole process. These are not things that you just magically snap your fingers and just have them be put in place. You need to like move things around. You need to sculpt them together. Try to like get them to work with one another. You can see me going, reducing the subdivision levels, going up the subdivision levels, trying to like look at the one that works best for me. If the mesh is starting to look too rough, I'll go down the subdivision levels, and if I feel confident enough that I can manage it, I'll go up the subdivision levels and try to visualize better. And most times when you go down subdivision level, the mesh isn't enough, so you need to go up to manage it better. So that's just me adding a few details and just wrapping everything up. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Just press the like button below and try to just click on the red button that says subscribe, and yeah, comment on what else you'd love to see. If you'd love to see more of characters or clothing or shoes, let me know, and I'll try my best to do a proper tutorial on it with commentary, of course, with commentary. So yeah, just give me a thumbs up, like the video, and follow me for more. Just like and subscribe. Peace.